There is no more picturesque stadium in all of sports than the Rose Bowl. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the UCLA Bruins. Restate the state ball again. Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Guys, I have checked in with the Bulldogs head coach. He has been warning his players all week. They're in the top 25. They might have the most talent, but he understands this environment is insane. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football, and he understands they can disrupt play calling, communication at the line of scrimmage. He has been playing crowd noise all week in practice to make sure his players are prepared. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Dogs kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. And this game will start with a kickoff going out of bounds and get...
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Offense, tremendous opening field position. They'll move the tight end. They'll give it to the transfer, first carry of the season. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls it in. It's Ellis.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Looking for room. It's Knight. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
High and away, headed toward the sideline, just the way he drew it up.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely foot the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They'll start on the ground with Frazier.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. Back to throw, it's Stockton. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Offense couldn't get anything going in rhythm there. They're just trying to give themselves some space. Couldn't come up with a completion on third down. Looks like they're going to be punting.
Had to hurry the punt a bit, but gets great distance. Makes the catch at the 35. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Flicks it out of the air. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Got it in the middle. It's Matthews. Put him right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains for the first down. And the Bruins have pushed it inside the 20. On the run, it's Knight. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Imaliava. Fires downfield. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Bruins.
That's a nice job by the offense there on their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. It didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Got his man on the right. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you run. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk game. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, going to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll go right back to him. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Looking to throw, it's Stockton. He makes the grab. Goes down immediately, but that's just what they needed. It'll be a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football all week long.
Could be an alley. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Running inside, it's Phillips. Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
He caught it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And the Dogs trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll run with Nate Frazier. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Back to pass. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. Touchdown, Georgia! Excellent pass by the back on the option. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Back to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Got room at the 35. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The run inside. It's Knight. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to the run. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win Fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. On the run, it's Knight. Got enough for the first. Finding some room. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. He's going to take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Georgia lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back.
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Escapes the pressure going right. He's going to take off.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And the Bruins are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
How do you not love to see that when your cornerback gets in the run fit, when he's not scared to come up and tackle? A lot of those guys, they can be prima donnas. They don't want to tackle. Nice job seeing it. And as soon as that thing's pitched, you can tell, man, he pulls the trigger and makes the tackle for the loss.
Wow, that quarterback is lucky there. If you're going to take a chance like that on third down in your end of the field, you better be right, because that should have been picked and returned for a touchdown. This offense is lucky now they're getting a chance to punt this ball away.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Here's the pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. He fires one deep down the right side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one, downfield.
Snags in, there's running room. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Bruins will punt it away on 4th down. The accuracy is perfect, the loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Phillips. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Firing to the right, complete. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with Texas, taking on the Texas State Bobcats.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the 2nd half, to get a nice...
Got a little grass. The 10. Touchdown, Dogs. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Oh, and he missed it, and they missed their chance to lock it up. They wasted no time on that drive, got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Running inside, it's Knight. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And, man, you got to love the way the defense just took this field. Like, offense scores, cuts into the lead, and they had some juice, some energy, flying around, being physical, everybody getting to the football, and now forcing the punt, and a chance to give the ball back to their offense to do some damage.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They marched to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Coming into this game, man, the focal point was on the running back, right? We've got to stop the running back. Talking to these coaches, they've got to be physical. 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guys have to get there. Man, they've done an unbelievable job being physical, getting him on the ground, and really shutting a great player down so far this game.
Bounced off his feet.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Here's a give to Frazier. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Frazier again. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. To throw, it's Stockton. Got his man. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Oh, look, Ma, one hand.
Man, what a catch by the big tight end. They got those big old huge mitts, those big dudes. So nice job sticking up in the air, and it just sticks to it, makes the nice spectacular grab.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. They'll go with Frazier. He is stopped on 4th down and stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of games all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Throws to the tight end. Complete to the left. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. You can become a star making efficient plays and getting 1st down, sort of like a Mark Harmon kind of way to play quarterback for the Bruins.
And then you become a big star. And in Hollywood, what a talent to do it. Obviously, create some excitement, create some momentum, go to a Rose Bowl, just do big things at UCLA.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll run it. It's Knight. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point of the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. 1st down here as we dive into the college football season, a Week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Moves away as he feels pressure. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Iamaleava got his man. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. 3rd down from the gun. Here's Nico Iamaleava. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Man, as you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of their way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to throw, it's Stockton. He's going to fire deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return.
I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Run inside. It's Knight. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Makes the grab. It's Knight. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
And that play works because the QB did an unbelievable job. He's going through his progressions. He's sitting in the pocket, and he sees, man, a lot of space out to his right. I get the ball to my playmaker, and he does the rest. This is what's so fun about him. He's going to make the catch. He's going to make people miss, use his speed to make big plays.
Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up, and they cannot afford to lose this guy. Such an important part of their running attack. We'll have Holly check on his status. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
5 defensive backs on the field as they desperately try to keep them out of the end zone late. Throwing, Iamaleava. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
And it's good! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
And that was an important kick here in the 4th quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting your kicker.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Great place to start for this offense. Play fake. Nico Iamaleava fires to the wideout. Pulls it in with one hand.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Here's Iamaleava to throw. He wants it all. Touchdown, UCLA! Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. finds his big tight end. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He goes right back to the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Unloads it left. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. It's very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though
he tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Iamaleava throws to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Matthews. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Scanning the field, it's Iamaleava. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. The Bulldogs using their 1st timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Throwing, Iamaleava fires into the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Bruins! The AT unit on the field. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns. A 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Fires to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Back to pass, it's Stockton. He wants a big play here late. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. showing off the arm. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Georgia going up tempo. To the air on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. The Bulldogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to throw on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
To the air. It's Stockton. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit.
He wants to take the top off. Wait till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.